The industry, man, it's not the same. Doesn't have to do with talent, it's about playing the game. The industry, real niggas is dying to get in. The industry, just to find they don't fit in. The industry ain't what it used to be. The industry's trying to control the way you MC. They want you to dress like this and talk like that. But I'm going dress like this and talk with the bat. The industry got your word meaning nothing. The industry, fuck what you heard because he's bluffing. The industry, money, bitches, hate, but I dare you to try to take a fucking thing off my plate. The industry like, wait, but in the streets we like, get 'em. 17 up in that thing, catch 'em sleeping and hit 'em. The industry, if you ain't got a strong mind, the industry will break you down, it's a matter of time. The industry, vultures with nothing to feast on. See me, I'm getting my beast on. The industry, stay in the dirt, play in the dirt, test the wrong one in the industry and you will get hurt. I'm not an industry artist, I'm an artist in the industry. So I do what the fuck I want because nobody can finish me. The industry, wanted, dead or alive, new artists to sell their souls in the way they survive. The industry don't give a fuck about you, but the industry couldn't make a dime without you. The industry, I'm sick of this industry shit. The industry playing them like a industry bitch. They tried to finish me quick, but I am long, so I stand strong. Fuck a beat. Listen to the words in the damn song.
Back.
Yo.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What is good, ladies and gentlemen? We are back. Episode 3.
Yeah.
Not 1, not 2, but 3 of your boys. Trash Talk with GGS. How was everybody's week?
Good one, man. Another week, we made it. God's grace, we here, do it again, entertain the masses, talk our shit, and have a good time. You know, just another week, just making it through. You know, and here we are.
Same, man. Absolutely. Unfortunately, we talked about it last week, everything that that DMX was going through. We did end up losing DMX this week, one of the best to ever do it, but we'll talk about it, pay homage real quick. Other than that, I had a good week. Wrestlemania season, got my Wolfpack shirt on right here.
I see you.
You see me? But yeah, that's it. What's good, Smells?
I mean, everything is everything, man. Of course, we went through that craziness. On top of that, seeing the Black Rob thing, it's just wow.
Yeah, that
shit was weird.
Yeah, we'll get into that. That was I don't understand.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So first things first, we need to address what's going on. So, DMX has passed, unfortunately. He ended up having, I think they said 3 heart attacks from
he was
this overdose.
I think from what I heard, he had a heart attack. He was deprived of oxygen for around a half hour, and he was resuscitated 3 times.
Wow.
And like for those that know, I seen somebody close to me go through that, being brought back and stuff. Like when you get into that, when they start carting you, man, it's not good, yo, because your body's not, your body's not getting that oxygen to them tissues, and it's just at that time it's just a waiting game, yo.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. So I've been listening to DMX all weekend.
Yeah.
As most of us have.
Oh yeah.
And it is interesting, man, because I was when did Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood come out? 9/8?
December 98.
Yeah.
So I was 12 years old when that came out. And Smells, I get it. You was 47 when it came out. I get it. All right. All jokes aside, though, I was 12. So it's like, I I listen to Biggie and I listen like Biggie and Puffy and all of them. They were big in my house because my sister, who's older than me, liked them. So my sister was always playing Bad Boy shit. So I grew up kind of with that. DMX came out and his voice just captivated me. Like you ain't never heard nothing like him. You know what I mean? Like DMX just had like it was like this passion and pain all wrapped into one every time he spit. And he was one of my favorites growing up, man. So he's gonna be sorely missed.
I mean, one of the things that I appreciated, I had saw a video, and I'm assuming that video was when they were moving the body or something, because it was so many fans outside, and they were playing Rough Riders anthem.
Yeah,
and it was electric, bruh. It was kind of reminding me of how Brooklyn was when Biggie came out.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, if you could see footage of that, it's amazing. New York did their thing, man.
Yeah.
Big up to New York, man, for real. That's how you're supposed to celebrate one of the greatest to come from NY, for real.
Yeah, straight up, yo. And like you said, like for when X came onto the scene, when it was really about, you know, the not necessarily the happy rap, but the jams, you know what I'm saying, the party shit and all of that was going on with Bad Boy and all. And X came in and kicked in the fucking door, and Get At Me Dog came out, and it was like, yo, this nigga talking some shit, yo. Like he's not playing no games. Exactly. And that shit just was captivating, yo, because it brought that street shit back.
X made he made hood classics.
Yeah.
Straight up hood classics.
Yeah. 100%, yo. And he was hip hop's preacher, man, yo.
Yeah, he was. He was hip hop's Kirk Franklin, basically.
Word up.
Yeah.
For the culture, that was our Kirk Franklin.
Yeah, that's one person that will not be duplicated. Another that just won't be duplicated, man.
Nope.
Yeah, absolutely not. My girl is younger than me because I like him young. Nah, that came off real bad.
Yo, Chester molester out this motherfucker.
Yo, listen, what are you doing? Listen, I don't discriminate. If it's grass on the field,
what you doing?
If it's grass on the field, you play ball.
Oh my goodness.
Nah, I'm playing. Nah, I sound crazy right now. Let me stop all of that shit.
Yeah, please.
Nah, my girl, who she is 29 right now. So she was in 9-8, she was 6 years old. And like I told her, I'm like, you know who DMX is, right? She's like, of course I know who DMX is. I'm like, name me one DMX song. And she's in the kitchen like, stop, drop. So it's like
everybody knows
everybody knows Rough Riders anthem. You know what I mean?
Like and just
if you
just
listen
what
to
he
hip hop,
did,
you
man.
know that song.
Yeah.
It don't matter how old you are.
Nah.
Yeah.
Like you can be, and all of them young cats that we was talking about last week who listen to little whatever, they've heard Rough Riders anthem before.
Yeah. And that's the whole
pretty
thing.
Sure they respect it too. When it comes on, I'm pretty sure they had this Bible.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Like mind you, like with that said, on that side of the spectrum, the other side of the spectrum, my aunt is in her 50s. And when DMX came out, she was out here. And she knew the rhymes and all that shit. Like she was hard body with it. Like she ran with X, and it's just that energy, yo. People gravitated toward that energy, especially if you was from the hood, you was from the inner city. That energy resonated with you so heavy. You couldn't deny that shit. It just old, young, whoever, yo. He just came with that energy, and that shit just it touched so many people, man. So many people.
What's y'all's favorite song ever by DMX?
It's too many, man.
Yo, yeah.
I had to put this boy Jay Genius back on to freaking shut him down.
Yo, I didn't realize back then. I didn't realize, yo, that was X on that joint with Onyx, yo.
And he bodied that song.
Yeah,
like he's been bodying song after song.
And yo, think about that in the beginning, son. With Shut Him Down, with Money, Power, Respect, and with 24 Hours to Live. He had the best verses, in my opinion, on all of them joints, yo. Like 24 Hours, he shut that shit down, yo. 24 left until my death. I'm not wasting any lives, but I cherish every breath. I know exactly where I'm going, but I'm going to send you there first. And with the shit that I be doing, I'm going to send you there. Like, yo.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah.
Yo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he hammered that shit, man. It was
But see,
crazy.
he was also nice with the storytelling too, bro. Because
Yeah.
I went back and I listened to, for the first time in years, I listened to Damien.
Oh yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
That whole
joint,
story, yo.
man.
That
Yeah.
shit was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
And
whole
even
shit
for
with
that
like the
time,
devil
just
talking to him and all of that shit. That shit
That's
is
why I was telling him that
crazy.
Ready to Meet Him, that's like part 2 to that or something. Like it's
Yeah.
because he's having a conversation with God in that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's more so kind of part 2 to like the convo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
more so, yeah.
But Damien was sick, and then the last verse when he had him take his man out, yo. It was
Yeah.
just
You can go
that
so
whole
many, you can go
conflict,
so
yo.
many
That
songs,
whole
man.
conflict. And it's crazy how creative he was, but to me, he was just coming from his own experience, yo. It wasn't forced, and that's what made it dope. It wasn't, you didn't feel like he was putting on a persona. That's who he was. Like straight up, that's who he was. It didn't feel forced. It didn't feel like, you know what I'm saying, a rap persona. Like X gave us X like his whole career,
Yeah,
yo.
that's who he
Yeah,
was.
yeah.
And that's what made him great, man. Definitely will be missed, you know. Rest in power, X, man, and your legacy
Absolutely.
will live on in this music, and we gonna keep bumping it forever.
Oh
Bottom
yeah.
Yeah.
line, yo. Word up.
Yeah.
We've had that timeless conversation before. DMX, without a doubt,
Yeah,
is
no
timeless,
question.
bro.
No
Mm-hmm.
question.
Without a doubt, man.
Mm-hmm.
So, like you, I couldn't have said it any better, G. Rest in power, rest in peace to one of the greatest that ever did it, man.
Word up.
Straight.
Word up.
Well, I like that you mentioned the convo, because the convo is going to be included in the old verse new segment that we're going to get into right now. Let's hit it. DJ Genius out here on the tracks, baby. Spins,
Let's do
boy.
it.
Let me tell you what.
Deucing, let's do it.
So, old verse new this week. Obviously, with the passing of DMX, I have to pick a DMX verse. That goes without saying. But there were so many. So I wanted to pick one that resonated to me and that I thought was just straight bars. So yeah, this is going to be the convo, and this is off It's Dark and Hell is Hot. And then on the new side is going to be a song by a gentleman named Blueface.
Oh yeah.
And the name of that song is going to be Tatiana. We all know a Tatiana in our lives. But let's start with the combo. DMX. Here we go, right? So,
Let's go.
You tell me that there's love here, but to me it's blatant. Nothing but all the blood here. I'm dealing with Satan. Plus, with all the hate, it's hard to keep peace. Thou shalt not steal, but I will to eat. I tried doing good, but God's not too good for me. Misunderstood. Why you chose the hood for me? Mean I'm alright. I just had to work hard at it. Went to grandma for the answer. She told me that God had it. So now here I am, confused and full of questions. I am born to lose, or is this just a lesson? And who it's going to choose when it gets turned around, and will it be laying in my own blood and on the ground? My child, I watch you grow up, and I've been there. Even at those times you least suspected it, I was there. And look at what I've given you, a talent to rhyme. I may not come when you call, but I'm always on time.
That's it right there, yo. That's it right there.
No denying that, man.
Nah.
Absolutely no denying that.
Yeah, man.
On the other side, we got Tatiana by Blueface. And this song starts like, well, I don't think it starts this way. I just picked the verse in it. But here we go. Tatiana by Blueface. And get this mic to my mouth real quick. Right? Blueface, baby. Yeah, I'm every woman's fantasy. Mama always told me I was gonna break hearts. I guess it's her fault, stupid. Don't be mad at me. I want to see you bust down. bend that shit over on the gang, make that shit clap. She threw it back, so I had to double back on the gang. Smacking high off them drugs. I tried tell myself 2 times was enough. Then the nigga relapse on the deadlocks. Ain't no running, Tatiana. You gonna take these damn strokes. I beat the pussy up, now it's a murder scene. Keep shit, player, Tatiana, like you ain't never even heard of me. Bust down, Tatiana. I want to see you bust down. Bend that shit over. Yeah, all right. Now make that shit clap on the gang. Now toot that shit up. Blase blah and fucking blase crap. And that's the end of that.
Yo.
That's old verse new for this week, guys.
Oh my God, yo.
I don't even know who the fuck
I
Blueface
can't.
is. Y'all ever heard of Blueface?
I know who
I heard of that
Blueface
song,
is.
but
I know who Blueface is. He's like one of the top dudes out of the West Coast right now. He got real dudes backing him.
He's one of the top dudes out the West.
Yeah, he's one of the top dudes out the West right now. I mean,
it's Kendrick and then it's Blueface. Like right,
well,
like
I'm
undeniably.
as far as popularity and music and stuff like that, he's big out there on the left side, man. But
Crazy.
I just can't help it.
Nah, son.
Like what you just read, that didn't sound like rape.
It sounded like it, yeah. Come here, you gonna get these strokes.
That sound crazy to me. Like,
yeah, it's mad loose.
but I guess that's just a sign of the times, man. Like, dudes is loose with it nowadays. Like I'm still flabbergasted over the lyrics that you just read, because I never really listened to that song. That's just like, wow. I know who he is, though.
And what's crazy is that your boy Jay Genius over here knows that song.
I know the hook. That's all I know.
You sang the hook word for word. You was like bust it down. You started to do a little shimmy in your job. Like, yo, we got a Blueface.
Yo, stop.
over
Yo,
here.
no. Don't do that, son. Don't do that. And to all you young little niggas that like that shit, yo, that's garbage.
I listen to your father. I
understand.
Yeah, that's not for my
it's
age.
not.
That's just not for my age range. It's
Yeah,
not.
no.
I can't relate.
I can't rock with that at all, yo.
No, I wouldn't play that. That's not something.
I don't understand how that could be for anybody's age range.
Well, when you young and loose and you out there and like that's the vibe. Remember,
like,
nowadays
basically
it's all
that's
about
what
vibe.
that's what it is. And
Vibe.
now these cats are putting on wax what they really doing out here loosely. Like there's no, you know what I'm saying, no code. They just out here with it, just like, yeah, yo, I took this chick to such and such and did so, like, no problem.
Did you see the Who I Smoke video that's viral?
Nah.
Bruh. Both of you guys, I need you to Google Who I Smoke. YouTube it. Who I Smoke.
Sure.
What is
Watch that video. Bruh. First off, when the music starts, you're gonna start laughing. Because it's the instrumental to the song from White Girls. I forget
the song from White Girls? The shit that Terry Crews was singing?
The song that they were both singing, the Wayans, both of the Wayans were singing.
Okay.
Oh, I see something right here.
Pull it up.
Young Geen Ace.
When I tell you that song is crazy, it's crazy on many different levels. Many different levels.
Now, because it's gonna come through to the audience, so we'll hold that off.
Yeah, but that's something that you definitely need to check out. I'm not gonna really build on it because y'all haven't heard it yet.
What's the name of it again?
And we could build on it. Who I Smoke.
Who I Smoke.
Yes.
And
now keep in mind.
Who's that by? Like, who's the artist?
I don't know.
It says Young Geen Ace featuring Spinner Benz.
Yeah.
Both of them cats. I like both.
Yeah. I'm telling you, son, that song is a whole nother level. And remember, I don't know if y'all really know too much about how that drill culture go, but when they say Who I Smoke, they're talking about, like, you know, how they say Tuka in my lungs and stuff like that. That's somebody that they killed. And like that's supposed to be a form of disrespect, that when you smoking that bud, that's who you smoking, because you actually smoke that person.
And they put that shit on wax like it was light.
Bruh, when you listen to that song, I'm telling you, I was watching that video and my mouth was open. Because you know these dudes ain't playing nowadays, and they not lying, son. And that song, check it out. Check it out. We'll talk about that.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, that's on the burner.
All right,
I'll definitely queue it up.
I'll put that on the docket.
Definitely a conversation piece.
But like, you go out here, man. That's crazy.
Also, in music news, I am a Kid Cudi fan. I fucks with him. I'm one of the only people that think like Kid Cudi has his lane and he kind of stays in it, and I like his sound. You know, I'm not gonna say he's one of the greatest, obviously not, but I fuck with him. But on Saturday Night Live, Kid Cudi came out here in a floral dress, down to the flow, bruh. Floral dress. So apparently he had, I think he did a couple performances on Saturday Night Live. He did one, he was wearing like a cardigan or some shit. And then he did another joint and he was wearing this floral dress. And it was supposed to honor Kurt Cobain, who was the lead singer of Nirvana, the dude who killed himself back in the 90s.
When did Kurt Cobain wear a floral dress though?
I think maybe he did. Like now I would have to go and Kurt Cobain dress is one of the first things that comes up on Google.
Because that's what people.
But really though, like you really had to pay homage that way. Like that, if that's not your character, you know what I'm saying? If that's not part of your character, you couldn't find a different way to pay homage. I guess because that's what was. I guess it must have been a famous moment in Kurt Cobain's life. I wasn't really a fan. Like I know who he is, but I wasn't following him and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, Nirvana, if you wasn't into that kind of shit, then you know. I mean, cats like us, we wasn't really checking for that stuff. But like,
I mean, Nirvana, like, didn't they make that Smells Like Teen Spirit?
And that's the classic.
Yeah,
but that's really the only shit I know.
Yeah,
but it's a great song.
Yeah.
But yeah, apparently Kurt Cobain was out here wearing dresses and shit like that and performing in a dress and stuff. You know, cool, whatever. I mean, he was into the drug life and all of that stuff back in the day. But I know Kurt Cobain was getting some pussy, so it was on some shit that he could do whatever he wanted. He's still gonna get some buns. Yeah. But like, if you really out here trying to do like a tribute or something like that, like Kid Cudi could have covered "Smells Like Teen Spirit."
Yeah,
and that'd have been
cool. Exactly. That would have been more what I would have expected from Kid Cudi, because, like, you see, I know that song, and you know that I don't like really go.
You don't fuck with rock.
Yeah. I fuck with this wine though.
Yeah, we see, man.
5 o'clock
wine
somewhere,
is the best
bro.
thing, man.
That's it, right?
5 o'clock somewhere, B.
Move to wine.
Listen, man, I've definitely went into my fridge and taken out a Bud Light at a shameful hour of the day. But, you know, 5 o'clock somewhere. So, anyway.
That's it, right?
But yeah, so Kid Cudi out here wearing dresses and shit like that. You know, I ain't for all of that. I don't think that. I get if you're trying to make a statement, cool, but you don't got to make a statement like that, and I think it's corny as hell.
But it's just a different atmosphere these days, though. Like with just, and I don't know if you can necessarily say that it's always trolling. Like it's just like it seems like that. This is just what motherfuckers is on these days, just being extravagant and trying to really garner attention.
That's it. You said it right there.
And I can't, but that's what I'm saying. It's I can't really call it trolling. Like people are purposely doing this shit.
Well, it's still trolling, because what 6ix9ine was doing was trolling, and he was doing it on purpose. So it's still trolling.
I guess in a way.
6ix9ine ain't out here in fucking dress and stuff. But I don't condone anything that
like
dude
fucking
does.
Skittles
and
all that.
Very disrespectful.
And just that, and trying to really fake the funk like he was really about that life. Whether you can say he was being used by them and all that, but like still, yo, you out here like stunting like you really about it like that. and you got up on
Let
that
him
court
tell it.
stand and they gave you that microphone and you sung like Whitney Houston out this motherfucker.
Let him tell it. That don't take away from what he did. He says he was the only one out there actually putting in that work like that. So,
Man,
as far as rappers that talk about what they do,
Look, I'm the type of person to where I give respect where it's due, and I've done that on the past 2 episodes. When we was talking about in episode 1 how Billie Eilish was big up in Meg Thee Stallion and all of that. I'm not for Meg Thee Stallion and all of that shit, but I'm not gonna shit on her because I know that she's very popular, right? 6ix9ine got the formula down. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. He got the formula down, and the only thing that could stop him is himself. Now, if away from the music, 6ix9ine just talk too much shit. He need to learn to shut the fuck up, because once that happened and you make your club bangers, you make your party music, make your millions of dollars and stay in your lane, bro. But all of that shit talking, what's gonna end up happening, and I hope it don't happen, 6ix9ine gonna end up getting clapped one day.
well, nobody's checking for your boy music anymore. That's why he was out there giving it away for free, his last album. So, I mean, I think he kind of knows that. Yeah, he kind of knows that. So he's gonna figure out other ways to keep his relevancy going. He still troll people from time to time and stuff like that, but like you said, it's a dangerous game that man is playing. And this, but if you don't really have a definitive source of income, I'm pretty sure that security is expensive. And once that start running thin, people don't forget, man.
Nah, the hood never forgets, yo.
Yeah.
And that's the whole thing.
But see, you got Spotify and all of this shit, and people still gonna stream his music, so he's always gonna be making money off of the music that he put out. I mean, eventually it's gonna be like, okay, nobody's really checking for him like that no more, but he's always gonna have that money coming in because he put out music that people loved over the past few years. So
I don't know about that. I don't think nobody's gonna be streaming any of his songs within the next 3 years like that. What song does he have that has staying power? That's still getting mass streams.
I don't know the names of his songs. I just
like
know
his
how
songs.
they go.
The way, like what his songs usually do is they'll come out, everybody will like stream it and be loving it and stuff like that. And then when the time passes, it passes. Like he don't have staying power songs, bro.
You need to talk to
just
your
like
boy.
how we was talking
You need to
about
talk to your boy Mike about that. Cause your boy Mike, he fucks with Tekashi on the low. Now Mike ain't gonna sit here, and for everybody listening, you don't know who the hell Mike is, as you shouldn't, and that's fine. But there's a gentleman named Mike, and we'll just keep it right there. And like Mike is a hip hop head. Mike will talk circles around anybody when it comes to this hip hop shit. But Mike fuck with Tekashi on the low, and Mike has told me like, yo, on some G, he's kind of like a guilty pleasure type shit. I listen to his shit when I want to get hyped before I do something. I'll throw on some fucking 6ix9ine.
Well, okay.
I mean, to each his own.
Yeah,
right.
That's all I can say.
I'll tell you, I rocks with Dusty Locane. That's my guilty pleasure, bro. Yo, I think
you
Dusty
rocks with CJ, son.
Huh?
CJ.
So,
that's
see,
your boy.
What you in the audience wouldn't believe is that Smills is the oldest out of all of us that has the taste of a 16-year-old hip hop head.
Nah, because a 16-year-old would never still consider Rakim as one of the GOATs. I understand
in that lane, bro. Yeah. But in Dusty Rhodes and CJ lane, that's where you
CJ. I like the CJ song, and I understand why he's a rapper, because he does have flow. I'm not checking none of his albums or downloading none of his songs like that. But Dusty Locane, he kind of get me hyped. I like, at first I wanted to dismiss him as a fake Pop Smoke, but he's been proving himself that he got his own little skill set, bro. I'm not gonna take away from Dusty Keep doing your thing, bro. Keep improving. I'm expecting things from you, son. I'm expecting it.
One
Okay,
thing
so-
that I will say about Smills that you have to respect for being the oldest head out of all of us, Smills does kind of, you have kind of like your taste in music has kind of evolved over time as different hip hop has come out. Like you constantly coming up to me like, yo, son, did you hear that new
Yeah, I'll
song
give him
by
that.
your boy, Lil Boonky Boonks, all that shit? And the name of the song is called Scoop De Whoops. You ain't never heard that shit? You need to listen to the remix
I
with
give
his
him.
boy.
I give him that.
It's like,
I
what?
give him that.
You got to give that up to him.
I give him that because I will 100% admit. I come across cats that you know, like, oh shit, it's cool. Like I was telling y'all about that Tilden Park cat. I checked a couple of his joints out. I'm like, all right. But I'm more resistant to that shit. I'm stuck
Yes,
in
you
my
are.
lane, but I like my lane.
You're resistant
love
to
it.
change, bro. Change, period. Because it took me forever to get your ass on Spotify.
Yeah, because I was a CD head. I was a dinosaur.
Because you was a CD head. And then you once hit me with the apocalypse argument.
Yes, I sure did. That's right, audience. That's 100%.
It's like,
Because when
bro,
them servers go down, I got hard copies right over there.
and I get it. But that, son, you at heart, you older than Smooths.
For
I
real.
guess so. Yeah, I'll take that. I'll hold that L. But when I got Spotify, I'll admit it. Like I was like, yo, this was, and that's really to keep it 100. When I started checking every Friday when they put the new releases up there, I
music.
was like, oh shit, okay, this is, I fucked up. This shit lit. Like I can't lie about it. I can't front. Yeah,
And now look at you. Your voice is on Spotify.
yeah.
How about it?
Look at that. How the world revolves.
How the damn world turns, bro. You used to be, and you still kind of are, son. You used to be a back in my day ass motherfucker.
I sure was, yo.
Straight up, man. Back in my day, we used to have to put the tapes in the
Motherfucking
recorder. I used to have to walk to school 15 miles in the snow.
I ain't that old, yo. That's that Smell shit. That's the shit he was talking.
Yeah.
But nah,
Yeah,
it's
man.
just my, I don't know. I guess it's not even like I understand that things change and things evolve over time. I don't not accept that. It's just that my hip hop ear is just, I'm so ingrained into what I'm used to that it just like even when like new cats, like, yo, you can't say that when Kendrick and J. Cole started blowing up, I wasn't all over that shit.
Yeah.
Because that sound, that cadence, that rhyme, that flow with the beat, that's just my ear, and I just enjoy that so much that I don't even want to half the time take the time to hear something different. And I admit that. That's 100.
Yeah.
But every once in a while when I come across something that's hot, I'm like, okay, I missed out. Now I got the Spotify. Let me check their albums out. Let me see what's up. And I've come across some joints.
Why do you think that is? That it's so hard for you to like evolve with the times? It wasn't
Because
just
the 90s
Spotify.
era was so fucking good.
Yeah.
Period, yo. Like
Yeah.
for me coming up, like the 80s was too, and the 80s gave birth to the 90s. But for me, 90s hip hop was when I really started listening. Like late 80s, early 90s, Big Daddy Kane and Heavy D and all that. Like that's when I started listening. Then the 90s slid in, and it was just like, to me, the best years in hip hop was like 95 to like 98, yo. That gave us so much crack.
Yeah.
Those years, yo. Even
I
take
agree.
it back a few further. I guess you can go 93 to 98, yo. And like Smills, what you think about that? Because 93 is like Doggy Style and all of that came onto the scene. Then 94, Big came and Nas came. Then 95, Bus dropped, and it
But
was
see, the thing
No,
is,
that was the
like,
golden era.
yeah.
my take on that, like, is hip hop was doing that consistently for a minute, bro.
Nah, I don't
Because
deny
I
that.
could go
I don't
before, I
deny
could go
that.
before that. Like, I can go into the late 80s with EPMD and Big Daddy. Like, it was constantly doing that.
But that's what I'm saying. But your ear is a little older than mine. I wasn't listening heavy in the late 80s. You know what I'm saying? I was young.
Yeah.
But when, late 80s started rolling around, like when I really started getting to hip hop was like 88, 89 when Big Daddy Kane and my mother let me buy Heavy D tapes.
Yeah.
So Heavy
yeah.
D was real big in my
Heavy
era. And
D
P.S. a lot
was
of people don't
big,
talk about
man.
Heavy D. Heavy D was a real
Heavy
deal.
D was big, man.
Yes, Heavy D was a
dropped
real deal,
mad
yo.
hits.
Heavy D was a
I
real
don't
deal.
know. I don't know enough about Heavy D to be able to have a conversation about it.
Yo.
I
That
never
was- that
listened to
was
Heavy
one
D
of
Heavy
like
D in
that.
88, 89, yo, and that flow that he had back then,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it was yo.
Yeah. He was
Like-
the original big, like
Big Pun.
big boy that held
Yeah,
it down.
he had that big boy swag, yo.
for solo or whatever. Because you know
He
the
wasn't
Fat Boy
nicer
was
than
out.
Pun though, was he?
For his,
In his
era,
lane,
he was
yes.
nice, bro.
If you hear Heavy D
I
joints
think he
like
might have more classics. He might have more
definitely.
classics than Punk.
Definitely.
Wow.
Hey, if
y'all
you go
put
back
him
to the
over
first
Pun.
2 albums and
Bruh.
hear how Hev spit, like his flow back then in like 88, 89,
Yeah.
that was yo.
Yeah.
That shit was crazy. It
Yeah.
was crazy, yo. And
Heavy D is
on
one
top
of
of
the
that, he
greats.
kept it
He's
clean
one of the
too,
greats.
which was okay. That's the thing.
Yeah.
But being that he
Yeah.
kept it clean at 7, 8 years old, now I can listen to.
He
You know what I'm
always
saying?
made clean music.
Yes.
Bruh.
Up
he
until
made a
like the
song
late
called
90s. Yeah.
He made a song called Don't Curse. He had your boy Cool G Rap. Put it like this. He had Cool G Rap
Yeah.
on Don't Curse. You know how Cool G Rap rhymes, right?
Right.
Cool G Rap stuck to the script
Yes.
Nice.
out of respect. So that's how nice your boy was. I'm
Yes.
telling you, man. He
Yeah,
had respect from all of the rappers, bro.
Word
All
up,
of them.
yo.
Okay.
But yeah,
Well,
as far as like
I gotta
can't
listen.
pinpoint an era like that, man, because I loved, like I said, I loved when EPMD was dropping Strictly Business and all of that. But then
Mhm.
I also loved when Naughty by Nature first came out.
Yeah,
you know,
that's
what I'm
another
saying?
one. 93, yo. 93.
Yeah, like-
East Orange representing, man.
Yo, it's just many different times. When Snoop and them came out, of course I was on that wave.
Mhm.
With Big and them, yes. You like with Nas, definitely. It was just constant, one boom, 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 boom.
That's what
Like
I'm
it seemed
saying,
like
yo,
it
it
was
didn't stop.
constant. It didn't stop from like the mid '80s all the way through to like 2006 or something.
Yeah, it was
And
deep,
then
yo.
Wayne got big.
Yeah,
I'm
Like,
telling
it's-
you,
like-
it started the decline
you know what the
started with
difference is?
Wayne, but
know
it's
what the
not that
difference-
Wayne is bad.
no, the difference is the climate. I think that was created because when Wayne was on the dominating shit, it seems like that's all they was really trying to push and play. The era that I was talking about, when I go back to like EPMD and all of them, we were getting such a variety. They wasn't trying to do overkill with one specific artist.
Mhm.
That's where we're kind of at as far as
That's the
it's a
thing. They
popularity
saturate you with one
contest.
person. They
You
keep
want to be the
hitting
most
you.
popular person, and
Mm-hmm.
that's where it changed. That's why
Yeah.
nobody really has their own style, so to say.
Everybody
You
does
just
the
want-
same
That's a
style.
big thing. That's
Yeah.
a big thing because it became the era of the formula. This is the
Yes.
formula. So you have to follow in this formula. Back then wasn't no formula. Everybody did their own thing and their originality hit.
Yeah,
And that's what made it special. Now
I remember
that's
saying,
a
or
formula.
like in the mid 2000s, late 2000s, even in the 2010s, almost. I used to say, "Yo, everybody sound like Ace Hood to me."
Yeah.
Because if you listen to Ace Hood's flow, Ace Hood was one of the first ones that did that. Bada ba 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 ba, bada ba da ba da ba, bada ba da ba da ba da ba da ba da ba da ba. Like he was one of the first, and that I fuck with Ace Hood. Like
I fuck
Ace
with
Hood,
Ace Hood.
Ace Hood
Yeah.
is nice.
Yeah, Ace Hood was
I
alright.
fuck with
Yeah.
Ace
I
Hood.
won't
But
deny
Ace
that.
Hood had that flow, and then Drake started doing that flow, and the next thing you know, everybody kind of copied that shit, and everybody sounded the same. And then that's when
And that's
there
when
was
it
no
became the
originality.
formula, yo. It was like that flow, these rhymes about this stuff. All of the music videos started looking the same.
Mm-hmm.
Cars, butt naked chicks, and
Mhm.
parties. And that was all the music video. Like everything, it all became a formula. And that's really where it started getting stagnant for me. But yeah, that era back then, yo. And yeah, yo, son, you got to get on some Hef D.
Yeah.
Like, do that.
I'm getting on.
Do that.
Get on it. I'll pull for old versus new next week. I'll put some heavy D shit
Yeah.
and see. That's what's up. Yeah, no doubt. All right, so Smills, real quick, I want to get into something with you because you was talking about your boy King Von or whatever. I didn't know who the fuck the King Von was. When you was talking about King Von, I thought this was an old head. But apparently you talking about some new cat. See, this is why we need you in this podcast. This is why we podding with you, bro. So anyway, apparently, King Von was murdered by someone named Lil Tim or something like that. Is that how that go?
On some bullshit. Yep.
Outside of a club or something like that, some shit popped off, and you know he caught it. Now, Lil Tim's boy Quando Rondo, great name.
The one that got the hands of death put on him by King Von.
Is that what happened? Oh, see,
yes.
you could school me more on this whole shit.
Basically, what, like, if you didn't see it with the video, you seen your boy King Von walk out of the van or out of his truck or whatever. Quando Rondo was on the scene. Apparently, they had some beef. Von hooked off on him, started beating the brakes off of him. Little Tim came from the other side of the car, let off, and it just went downhill from there.
Whatever happened to shooting the fair one?
That doesn't happen nowadays.
Fair one. Don't do that no more.
It's fucking shame. But yeah, so I was on I was on Hip Hop News. I should probably get the exact source, but I'm not gonna do that right now. So Quando Rondo, he gifted his boy Lil Tim a very, very nice, icy, expensive watch. As a congrats that he got out of jail, but he got out on bond, so he probably still gonna go back for what went down. But anyway,
I don't know, man. They're saying that it looked like that they might have a real good case because Georgia's a stand your own ground shit. And they're saying that.
Where this happened? Atlanta?
Yes. And they're saying that from the way that things look, it's kind of crazy because you see Vaughn being the aggressor, and you see like Vaughn is with like 20 dudes, bruh, and the swarm is getting put on, but nobody is throwing punches except Vaughn. But when the swarm was getting put on, it looks like Little Tim is going to use the defense that I guess he was type shook daddy, wanted to save his peoples, and he held him down. So they might be trying to use the stand your ground defense, man.
Well, was that shit so I'm assuming it was registered in his name.
I don't know how much of that goes down. I don't know how all of those laws go into effect with that part. I don't know what his legal status with that gun is.
Well, during a virtual concert on April 3rd, Quando allegedly delivered yet another shot disrespecting Vaughn, rapping, "He got caught without that pole, and now that bitch ass nigga gone. I'll piss on his grave."
What?
Dang.
That's what Quando Rondo said.
Extra disrespect.
That's what,
Yo, some people be asking for death, man. That's like, why would you even? Whatever, man.
No respect, man. These young cats,
especially when you know that the people that you're dealing with that's still associated with Vaughn are not just any Joe Schmoes. These dudes get it in, bro.
Some people, they just loose with it.
He ain't afraid to die.
Obviously not. Obviously not. I mean, you're not supposed to be, because we all have our expiration date, but we're not supposed to be rushing that shit, bro.
Yeah, man.
Crazy.
It's just that and that just goes back to like, this generation. They don't have that, like, that regard for life. Like, it seemed like these niggas just like don't care.
It's the microwave society, man. Everything gotta happen now, fast, the way you want it, and if not, then they could kick rocks. That's the way people are programmed now, man.
Yeah. I
But
mean,
this
I can't
is
front when my
our
Amazon package
children
arrive
though.
on the same day. I'll be hyped though.
What I don't understand is that because this generation now of cats that are like, in their late teens, 20s, this is pretty much the generation that came from us. Like,
it's more than that, I think. I look at it more than that. Especially with the hip-hop culture, bro. The hip-hop culture is like an angry culture, and it stems from just getting tired, man. Going all the way back to that. That's why this era is like that, man. It's all the way back to the marching with Martin Luther King and all of that, and you see no results. Every time when police kill people that obvious for no reason, just because of color, and you see certain things where police are getting off for killing unarmed black men for nothing, and nothing is being done when people are protesting and doing all. People are tired, so everybody is on edge. You're getting the worst of everyone right now because you're getting the angry version of everyone.
Mm-hmm.
That's
So
where we are.
You're saying that
will change. Hey, this is not gonna do nothing but get worse until we start seeing change.
Yeah.
Like police officers getting convicted and going to jail for murdering people for no reason. We're not saying them go to jail for everybody that they catch, because somebody's you cannot, you know what I'm saying? Like the situation happens and I get it.
Yeah.
But then there's certain situations to where did you really have to do that?
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I get
And
it.
that's why with that whole case
Those
that's
are
going
the
on now, which we're gonna
situations
get
where
into when it starts simmering down.
They have to show us that change. When we see that type of change, then maybe a change can happen as far as people start looking at things from a different perspective. But until then, everybody's on edge, and you're getting everybody's worst version of themselves, bro, because everybody's pissed off.
Yeah, people waiting for justice, man. Justice will cool you off until you get some. And to
So
see
you
that
think
it keeps
that
slipping
you-
through your fingers, you know what I'm saying?
You think that's trickled into the music scene where like these cats are out here now, no regard for life. It is what it is.
100%.
Okay.
100%. Because
Okay.
the hip hop culture it comes from the hood. That's where it really is. The essence of hip hop is from the hood. And who's the one that keep getting shitted on, and we keep seeing the same thing over and over again?
Yeah.
It's the hood, bro.
Yeah.
That's why I don't be caring with these people that's on mainstream hip hop. I don't care what they think, because they not from the roots, bro.
Yeah.
None of that matters to me. I know that this shit is crazy because of the conditioning of the culture, bro. You come into our hood, you fucking kill people for no reason and get off? Nah. If you killed this person for a reason and everything worked out and it was just in a line of duty, we get it. Sometimes that happens. That's the field of work you have. But when I see things like the situation with the guy that was running from the police, I think it was in North Carolina, and he opened up and hit him in the back and killed him. And then when you see the other thing, like
He
with
held the
Duke,
L though. He got convicted.
what
That
about
was one of them.
that? Yeah, but it's just like you see all of
So
this
much
over
of
and over,
that.
and not all of them get convicted.
Yeah.
Did the cop get convicted that killed the dude that was in the car? What was his name again?
Philando
It's so many
Castile?
names.
No.
Yes.
No, he
Yeah.
did not.
The cop didn't get convicted?
No.
And that is situations like that. That's what I'm talking about. That's the type of cop that when
And
you
that was
see
in
all of the
Minneapolis
evidence-
too.
Wasn't that right after some other shit had just went down?
Yes, that's when a whole bunch of stuff was happening.
Either like Mike, I think the Mike Brown shit or the Eric Garner shit had just happened, and then a
It was a
couple
lot of
days
stuff
later,
happening. Remember, it was the Sandra Bland thing.
yeah,
It was a lot of things happening, bro,
Oh,
that
son.
was not adding up.
Yeah.
There's a lot that we can unpack with that Sandra Bland.
Yeah, we
shit.
yo. We gonna get into that. Like, we gonna let this case that's going on now, because everybody know the Chauvin case is going on. When we get to the bottom of that, we might have to like dedicate an episode, because that's gonna be some
Nah,
real
we're
shit.
gonna
That's gonna be some real
dedicate
shit.
a whole episode.
That's
to
gonna be some real shit.
police brutality and how it just seems like systematically in the hood that shit is just worse for black folk out here. And then that whole Sandra Bland shit, bro, because now we trickling into conspiracy theories and shit like that, and that's a whole nother bag. But I would love to unzip that shit and
Yeah,
see
because
what's in
I
it.
got comments on that picture.
We got a
because
lot of
let's
shit to
keep
say
it
about
100.
that. Yeah,
But we'll get into that definitely.
yeah, we'll let the Derek Chauvin shit simmer. We'll see what happens with that, and we'll dedicate a whole episode to that for sure.
Hopefully that'll
So
go
definitely
down.
stay tuned for that. Yo.
I don't see how Chauvin can possibly get off.
Like, and I've been keeping up with it, and the prosecution, the shit that they've come with is so heavy, and it's so heavy to the point where it seems 100% convincing. But knowing what we know, I'm still sitting here like this
Yeah,
because
exactly.
you've
side
seen
eye.
this before.
We seen
Exactly.
this movie before. We know what's
Yeah.
gonna go down.
You've seen it
Now,
before.
the one thing that I do appreciate though is the professions that these people that's testifying have.
Yeah. It got to a
should be
point where that
respected
blue wall of
professionals.
silence is crumbling on him because it's like we can't like
There
that
ain't
shit
nothing
we
we can
can't
say.
defend that shit.
Like you had one of the dispatchers who was looking at the video. She was like, I thought that the video froze.
Yeah.
That's how long he was just sitting there with a knee on it.
That's ridiculous.
A shame,
That's
yo.
ridiculous, man.
Yeah. The dispatcher, the lieutenant, testified from the Minneapolis precinct. He testified. It's like, yo, man, it's just, and like I said, like you think like all of that stuff that's going on will be enough, but I'm still like this.
Yeah.
Because
We all sitting here looking at it with a side eye, just waiting to hear what happens with it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you,
it's
yo,
messed up, man.
if he gets off, it's gonna be
It's
whole
gonna be
riot
real
shit
ill
is
in
gonna
Minneapolis.
Start again.
It's gonna be like Ferguson down there, yo.
Is it? Yeah.
Real talk.
Yeah.
Probably worse, because that's just but we'll get into that, yo.
Yeah,
'Cause that make me
we'll
feel some
get
type
there.
of way, yo.
We'll get there.
Real talk.
All right, so we'll lighten it up a little bit here. That's all I got on music. Anything y'all want to touch on before we move on?
On music, nah, it's really not much.
All right.
Not much when it comes to music for me.
Well, we had WrestleMania. WrestleMania
Yeah.
night 1, because they're doing it 2 nights now. So WrestleMania happened yesterday, and it going from what we was just talking about, and then looking at the other side of it, and how Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair, they main evented WrestleMania, and this is the first time in history that 2 women of color have main evented WrestleMania. This is the first time that a one-on-one women's match has main evented WrestleMania, but to have it as 2 black women doing it, that's,
and for it to be a phenomenal match.
and
Yeah,
it
that
was
was
a
a-
great
that
match,
was
bro.
wonderful, bro.
That was one of the best women's matches I've ever seen.
It might have been
Great.
the best one I've
Yeah.
ever seen.
It's great. We've seen some other ones, generic. We've seen some other ones. Like
We have
I would still say like Sasha against
Bailey.
Nah. Wasn't it the cage match with Sasha and Charlotte? It was Sasha. Wasn't it Sasha Banks and Charlotte Flair?
In the Hell in a Cell.
Yes.
That was Sasha Banks and Becky.
Was it Becky?
Sasha and Becky were in the Hell in a Cell. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that might have been, because I just remember it was a crazy cage match. That was a woman's match that I remember. That was one of the best matches that I've seen. But that match last night.
Oh, you know what? I think you're right, son. Sasha and Charlotte also had a Hell in a Cell, I think.
Okay.
I think you're right about that. Yeah. Yeah, but Sasha puts on good matches all the time. So, her and Bianca, they really tore it down. Bianca deserves it because Bianca's an amazing athlete.
She's great. When
Yo,
she
had her over her
head,
head and walked
Yeah.
up the steel steps.
that
Yeah.
was the next level.
Yeah.
That was the next level.
You gotta
That was
have
crazy.
some leg strength for that
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, and she had her pressed over her head.
Yeah. So
Like-
not even just leg, that's shoulders and all that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, she's on another level. So big ups to her.
Big ups to that whip slap at the end.
Ooh,
That whip slap. That joint came across like
yeah.
That was like a
Yeah.
bullwhip. That was
Yeah.
bullwhip.
Yeah,
I'm telling
that
you,
shit
yo, I was waiting to
crazy.
hear the Indiana Jones theme music after that, yo. Like, I swear to God.
And that shit was real. That wasn't no fake shit.
Yeah, you saw the
Nah.
wealth on the
Yeah.
And that shit was
Yeah.
mad long.
Yeah, man. But that was dope. What else we had? We had the matches that
Braun
really mattered.
Strowman and Shane McMahon.
Strowman
That
and,
was-
and Shane.
that was
And
a good
yo,
one.
what about Bad Bunny, son? This dude,
Oh,
Bad
yeah.
Bunny.
He was doing wrestling moves for real, yo.
Yeah,
He really might be the best celebrity wrestler that they've had so far.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Like he jumping off the top rope, just like fuck it. It is what it is. Let's go.
He's
Yeah.
hitting,
Like, he
yo,
just was
he
like,
was
"Let's
hitting
go."
suplexes, jumping off top rope, doing power drivers. All it's like, whoa, okay.
Yeah,
Bad
he
Bunny's
got
out
busy.
here, bro.
He got busy. I give him that.
Surprise me.
Next
Like, he might mess
WWE
around and catch a
champion, baby.
contract.
Oh yeah, that's the next WWE champion right there. Him and David Arquette should form a tag team, be the fucking tag team champion.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So Bobby Lashley retained. That was good. Bobby Lashley should hold on to that belt for a long time because he deserves it too. That was a good match. And then we got night two.
They could build up his legitimacy with that, which they probably are trying to do to set that match up, like you said, for SummerSlam.
Him and Lesnar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So you just keep putting him
that'd be
over, making him look stronger and stronger and stronger. And then you bring Brock back for the summer.
Oh,
everybody,
yeah.
like the world, they're expecting to be back to normal by then, at least here in America.
Mm-hmm.
So they that's a stadium right there. They filling stadiums with that card.
Oh yeah. Just that match. You have Bobby run through everybody, and then he's in the ring with MVP, and MVP's like, Bobby done beat everybody. There ain't nobody that could touch him. And then Brock's music goes off.
Or Paul Heyman walk out.
Or yeah. That would be good shit. So hopefully they end up going that route. Tonight should be good too. They got some good matches for tonight too.
That Cesaro match was good too last night.
Yeah.
That Cesaro joint was tight.
Cesaro, yeah. Cesaro, he just can't talk, bro. Like he
bad on the mic.
Bad on the mic, man. Unfortunately, because if he was nice on the mic, he'd have been champion a while ago.
But yeah, I thought, I sure as hell thought Shane McMahon died, man. Or lost a kidney or something. Like he hit the ground.
Yeah.
That shit was like
bang. Yeah,
he hit the mat, something crazy.
Yeah, but Shane is always
that's what he
about
do,
that.
yo.
Shane be doing that crazy shit, man.
Jumped off the top of the cell with an arm, with the elbow onto the table.
Yeah, man.
I still remember that. Like willingly, like, yo, I'm about to do this.
Nah, Shane is crazy. Shane is fucking crazy.
And he's a freaking billionaire. He don't have to do half that shit.
Nah, he really
do
don't.
That shit for the thrill.
He really don't, man.
That's it.
But that's dope how like Vince could like call upon Shane, be like, yo, you know what? I need you to be in a WrestleMania match and I need you to take the craziest bump like you always do. And Shane is like, all right, cool. And he'll do it in a pair of J's.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fucks with Shane. But yeah, so WrestleMania was pretty good. Hopefully the night follows up good. Is there anything y'all wanted to touch on in sports or anything? I saw that the Knicks are in 8th place, not 5th place no more.
Man, it's been a rough week, man. I don't even want to talk about it. And for my Mets too, I don't know what's going on, man. You seen the gem that DeGrom put up and still caught that L, right?
Yeah.
Ridiculous, man. 14 strikeouts.
Yeah,
we just can't put no runs up, man.
Yeah, man. Y'all have never had an issue with pitching. It's never been about pitching.
No, it's always been the hitting that couldn't back up the pitch.
Yeah. That's what y'all need. Y'all need some hitters.
Let's do something, guys. We don't want to have this guy upset again, man.
Flipping people off.
Exactly.
I mean, the Yankees ain't doing that great either, bro. Like, we got 3 wins, 5 losses, and the Yankees got the fucking bomb squad. There ain't no fucking reason for us to be. We're actually in last place in the American League East right now. And I know the season's early, but it's just it's a shame how we're in last place and we have like the 2nd or 3rd highest salary cap in baseball, which means that the Yankees just do this all the time and usually come up short at the end. But
you know how many times that was my Knicks story where they had like one of the highest payrolls and one of the worst teams in the league? That's something that New York does. They got the money to spend. They just don't always work out right.
Well, hopefully they turn it around. We'll see. Yo, real quick, I want to give before we move on, I got some video game news that we can touch on too. I want to give a quick shout out to Buzzsprout. We didn't do that last week, but we'll do it this week for sure. Buzzsprout, they have basically put your boys on the map out here. So just pay some quick bills real quick. Your boys Trash Talk with GGS. We are out here. We are on Spotify, Amazon Music, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, TuneIn, Alexa, Podcast Addict, Podchaser, Pocket Cast, Deezer. We on Listen Notes, Player FM, Podcast Index, and soon we will be on Pandora and Apple Podcasts. So what that means is that if you are trying to become podcasters like your boys Trash Talk with GGS, what you need to do is you need to click the link in the show notes below. What that's going to do is that's going to get you over to Buzzsprout. When you click the link in the show notes below, Buzzsprout gonna know we sent you. Start with a paid plan. Don't be cheap out here.
That's right.
All right?
Get that bread
The
up.
best things in the world ain't free. So start with a paid plan. You're gonna get a $20 Amazon gift card so you can go buy them damn sheets off Amazon you've wanted to buy for so long, and you're gonna have a podcast on the side. So link gonna be in the show notes below. Big shout out to Buzzsprout. They did it for us. They're gonna do it for you, and that's the bills, baby. Let's get to some video game news and finish this shit off.
Yeah.
Y'all like my commercial voice? You see how I did that?
There you go.
Y'all like
Got
my
that.
commercial?
You got that.
I got that down. All right, so video game news. We all saw, because we was watching WrestleMania yesterday. The new WWE 2K22 game.
Yeah, that's
It's
surprising,
coming
man.
Yeah,
That's
look
surprising.
Yeah,
Like
and
pretty
the
official.
tagline is "It hits different." Now, it could be great. It could be a piece of shit like 2020 was. 2K20, I mean. I hope that it's great. Smills, you're a big wrestling game fan.
Yeah.
What do you think about it, bro?
I mean, I'm hoping that they kind of go off of that, but I doubt it. But if they could take it back to the SmackDown engine, remember how the finishers were? Like it was special when you hit the finisher. Like the way everything looked, they made it. Like now, they get too much of the simulation thing. They make that too important.
Yeah.
They make that too important. So hopefully they understand they got to make it a little bit more arcadey to make it more fun for people that's not into the damn sport like that.
Yeah.
But we'll see how they do it. We'll see.
Yeah, it shouldn't be like as time has evolved, obviously sports games has evolved. Yeah, I remember playing NFL Game Day like fucking 96 back in the day, and it was so simple compared to what like Madden is now. And
Yeah.
the same thing goes for baseball games too. You know, push A to swing and that's it. But now it's like you got contact swing, power swing, bunt, all of that stuff. So, you know, with the wrestling games back in the 90s when it was SmackDown, you know, or WWF Attitude back on the PlayStation and all of that shit, like it was so much easier to play. But now it's gone. It's too much of a simulation, just like you said.
And they don't even do, in my opinion, they don't even do the simulation aspect right. Like if you're gonna do the simulation aspect right, the stamina really needs to play more of a part as far as in moves being able to be done and all of this, that, and the third. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna go that route, then do it the right way. Don't like do it to where things feel tedious, because that's where we basically was with it.
Yeah. No, I
that's the thing that got me with sports games, like moving forward into the advancement era. Yo, it was too much for me. Like I like Tecmo Bowl, throw the ball, run, and that's it.
Yeah, you
But,
don't
like,
really
now
fuck
if you
with
playing
sports games, G.
It's just too much. Like when you play like the basketball games, it looked like you're watching NBA on TNT.
Yeah.
It's like it's too much. I just want NBA Jam, you know what I'm saying? Like regular when it comes to the sports game.
You would like 2K Battlegrounds or no. Smills, what's it called?
Playgrounds.
Playgrounds. You would like
Was that
Playgrounds.
like NBA Street? I like Street back in the day.
Nah, it's like NBA Jam, bro.
Yeah.
But with
It's
the
like
new
NBA
players.
Jam.
Yeah.
See, now that's my lane.
You've never even seen Playgrounds before?
Nah, last joint I saw was NBA Street and NFL Street. Those were the last joints I was playing.
You would
I'm gonna
like
send.
playgrounds.
I'm gonna have to send you an invite. I'm gonna
Yeah.
have to just send you an invite on that. That's the good thing about the Xbox now, bro. I could send an invite on any game because they have trial version. Like you could do the trial versions with your friends.
That's
So-
dope. That's dope. I didn't know that you could do that with every game.
Yeah.
Every game?
Yeah.
That's dope.
And
Yeah,
don't forget
so
that
I
Resident
would-
Evil
I would look
7 is
into
around
that,
the
G.
corner too.
What was that?
Can't wait for that. Resident Evil 7 around the corner, May 7th, yo.
You
Resident
mean
Evil
8?
8. Yeah, you absolutely right. Resident Evil 8 Village.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was talking about this on stream yesterday because I was playing Resident Evil 2 original. I did a full playthrough of it, and that game still holds up, but don't get me started on that. What I hope is that Resident Evil 8 has some kind of a fixed camera angle mode. Like, I get that you're doing the FPS. It's gonna be like Resident Evil 7 and all of that stuff, but give me a DLC or something that's like the original 3 games.
I don't know, yo. And I say that because from playing Resident Evil 7, Ethan is just arms. Like when you play, so
You don't see
I don't
him.
think they really have a Ethan character model for a third person. Like that would be a whole thing they'd have to create. I mean, it would be dope to see.
I'm not even saying that you gotta make the game twice. It could be Resident Evil 8, what it is, cool. But let a DLC come out that has like someone else in maybe the Resident Evil 8 story, whatever, like a little side story, but make that shit fucking fixed camera. Because it's 25 years of Resident Evil. So, you know, when Mario did the 30 years or whatever it was, they was like, okay, well, you can now play all the shit that was on 64. You could play Super Mario Galaxy, and they brought it all to the Switch. And now you could play all that shit. And Resident Evil was like, oh, 25 years. You know what we gonna do? RE-verse. And it's like, not a lot of people are Smills. I know that's all you, and that's great. But people wanted them to do 1, 2, and 3 in one game. Make that, I don't give a fuck, make that bitch $59.99. But give me the first 3 on new systems. But they didn't do that.
I'm still interested to see what this 4 remake gonna be, because 4 was perfect in my opinion. Like, it didn't need to be touched. I don't see where they make improvements aside from graphically. Like, how do you improve that game? You know what I'm saying?
I got mixed feelings on it.
Like, I only, aside from graphically, I don't see how they make it better. Because like the other ones they made better, they gave you the over the shoulder and they added more. You know what I'm saying? How do you make 4 better?
The one thing maybe they can increase the pace a little, because if you think about how 4 is, it's real like methodical. The way like they come at you slow and it's creepy and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like they can speed the pace up a little to make it a little more frantic.
But that's what made it great.
Yeah, because remember they did that in Resident Evil 6, and that shit was trash. Resident Evil 6, they came running at you, growing armor and putting you know what I'm saying?
No, I'm not saying OD. I'm not saying OD steroids. Just ramp it up a little something. Just like a little something to where it's noticeable, to where you feel a little difference in the game. I don't want it to feel like a copy and paste.
Yeah.
They might make it first person. Just to
I like that.
That would
That'd
be
be crazy.
The what's my man name? Gigantos or whatever his name is, Gigante.
Yeah, the
Run up on one of them in first person.
The Gigante or something like that.
Yeah,
I think the El Gigante.
Yeah. Run up on him in first person. That'd be tough.
Yeah.
That'd be
that
tough.
would be crazy. It's just Resident Evil 4 is one of the best games that was ever made in ever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now you touching that and you trying to remake it and all of that, like you got big shoes to fill.
Yeah, that's a slippery slope, yo.
Yeah, man.
That's a slippery slope.
Even when they did it with Final Fantasy VII just recently, that's a big slippery.
that's a
I
big
mean,
deal.
people love Final Fantasy VII. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? For many reasons, you know, music, story, the villain Sephiroth is, you know, is what it is, but they remade it and they did a pretty damn good job. But it's gonna be installments, like it was part 1. They're gonna come up with 2 and 3 or something like that.
Oh, they doing it in seasons.
Yeah. So it could be Resident Evil 4 could be great, the remake. I just hope that they don't take no shit out, because y'all didn't play 3. Resident Evil 3 remake. They took out key shit that made Resident Evil 3 the original dope.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing is the biggest complaint.
Yeah.
They said it was too short, and it's because of what they took out.
It was way too quick. I sat down, I beat that shit in one sitting. It took me maybe 5.5, 6 hours, and the game was done. And I'm like, that's it? Really? Okay. 2 was different, because 2 was like, you got Leon A, and then you got Claire B, and then you flip it, Claire A and Leon B, just like the original.
Yeah.
Like each of those campaigns actually mean something. So hopefully they don't go the 3 remake route and just take shit out. I don't think that they will, though.
They can't.
Hopefully
Not to Resident Evil 4, yo. That shit.
Yeah, I don't think they want to ruin it. Like, you don't want to ruin.
They'll get so much
more.
backlash.
It already
for that,
has
yo.
flaws.
Yeah. In other news, the Mass Effect Legendary Edition. So y'all know that they're remastering Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3.
Mm-hmm.
So they're gonna give it better graphics and all of that shit. That comes out May 14th, but through pre-orders, it's already gone gold.
I
Wow.
believe it.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't great. Man,
Yeah, my man thing, yo.
I'm telling
you.
R.I.P, yo.
You did something wrong at the end. You told somebody to go somewhere they wasn't supposed to go, and then your boy Thane died.
I was sick. That
Yeah,
was
Thane
my
died in my
ace.
joint too, yo.
Did he?
That was my ace, man. He used to
I
go
still
everywhere.
ran, even though Rex got on my nerves, I didn't kill him, so I still was running with Rex up until the end of the series, yo. Rex was still my man.
And what's
think I
crazy
killed
is that you can kill Rex in the
Yes.
first Mass Effect.
Yes,
I think I did kill Rex.
you did.
Because he was
Wow.
wilding. He was wilding, and I was like, nah, I can't.
He
do
was
it.
wilding. I had to,
Yeah.
I had to put the pole
Nah,
through,
Rex
bro.
Rex was my man, yo. He was a loose cannon, but I was like, yo, that's my man, yo. Because he was loyal, yo. He was loyal, like, especially in the third game, he was your right hand, yo.
Okay.
Rex was loyal, man. I cheated on old girl with Miranda. What was her name in the first game? The one with the
Ashley.
Yeah.
not Ashley.
Yeah.
I wasn't messing with Ashley. Her name with the alien with the
Liara.
yeah. And then like halfway through the second game, after I started messing with Miranda, I put the picture down on the table.
That.
Wow.
It was like, yo, you fucked up, yo.
Yo, Mass
And then
Effect.
Liara pops up in part 3, and now y'all gotta communicate. And Ashley comes back, and it's like, oh,
Yeah.
like the way they did all of that, and not even just the love stories, just how they packed that game and made just like a whole like story. It was just that shit was a masterpiece, yo.
Yes.
It was a masterpiece.
It
Yes,
definitely
it
was.
was. Smills, you beat all 3 of them?
I beat the first 2, and I didn't beat the third one.
Okay. Got you.
The third one, that DLC they released, that brought back some of it because the way the original ending for the third one was extra trash.
Yeah, it was trash.
And
It was
DLC
trash.
cleaned it up a little bit though.
I didn't even play the DLC. I was so turned off by the
Yeah,
end
I
of
know.
3.
Wow.
But I said, I gotta play this DLC to see, and they actually cleaned a lot of stuff up. They fleshed it out a little better. Because like the original ending to the third one was like the ending to the Matrix. It was like what? That's
Yeah,
it?
it was super corny.
Yeah.
They did way too much. And like you got like a almost damn near perfect series.
Yeah.
And then they went like G just said, they went the Matrix route.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, I'm probably gonna cop it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I want to see what an update look like. And
Yeah.
plus, I had my good playthrough. I didn't finish my heal playthrough, so I'll probably just start that with the heal playthrough and just be a dick throughout the game.
Playing as a heel is fun.
I started one, but I didn't really get into it. Just
It's
dissing
fun.
mad people, yo. It's kind of hilarious.
Do you remember the reporter that would always come to you after something
Yeah.
and be in your
Yeah.
face? Yo,
Yeah.
when you're a heel, you could straight stole on that bitch. bang. And then like in like Mass Effect 2 or 3, the reporter come back and the reporter's like, hey, you remember when you punched me? Bang! She hooks off on you for some shit you did in the first game.
That's crazy.
Yo.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I gotta do my Hill playthrough.
That would definitely be fun. Also, so it looks like Naughty Dog is going to remake Last of Us 1 and put it on PS5. I think that'll probably not necessarily a remake, more of like a remaster. But on the PS5, I mean, as it stands now, The Last of Us that came out on PlayStation 3 is still a beautiful game.
Yeah.
And still probably the top game of the 2010s.
Yeah.
Probably.
The game you never played, Lou. So sad.
I'm an Xbox person, man. I'm not a PS person.
I'm an Xbox person too until and that's and remember, I'm just as Xbox as you, son. Like until I played the first 20 minutes of Last of Us, I said I have to get a PlayStation. I'm telling you, son.
Last of Us almost got me to get in the PS3. It was close.
What was that other joint?
Don't fight it.
Smills, you remember you came over my crib and I had some shit that you saw and you were open. It was some chick was on like a train or something like that. It was made by the same people that make Heavy Rain, I think. I'll get the name of it.
I forget.
LA
I
Noir?
remember.
Nah, not LA Noir.
Mm.
Who made Heavy Rain? Heavy Rain Beyond Two Souls, Smells.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
the joint with Ellen Page.
Yes.
Yeah, that was tight.
Yeah.
I actually, now that you remind, I need to get that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was something else that almost got me over to the PS.
Yo, man, don't fight it, bro. Don't fight it, yo.
So you can get a used PS4 first generation now for nothing.
Yeah. Don't
For
fight it, yo. I'm
nada.
telling you. And that Last of Us 2,
You either gonna
I can't
love
even
it or
speak.
you're gonna
It's
think
just-
it's the greatest game ever.
yeah.
And
That's how crazy it is. And in the middle of the game, you're going to love it, then hate it, then think it's the greatest thing.
That's what I meant to say.
as you
Wow.
play through.
You either gonna
As you
hate
play
it
through.
or you're gonna love it.
Yeah. As you
Okay.
play through, that's what it does to you, yo. Like yo, real talk, yo, when I got to that part with Abby, son, I almost turned the shit off. I said, what the fuck? Why am I? Nah, I don't want to play this. I stopped playing it for like a couple days. And then I said, nah, I got to see what happens at the end because, they stop you when you get to the concert hall or whatever.
Yeah.
On Ellie's tip.
Yeah.
So I was like, I got to see what it is. And I started back playing. But, yo, I cut it off for a couple days. I was tight, yo. I was tight.
It's like that, Smith.
Yeah, son.
It's like that.
Yeah.
There are people who hate the game. I'm talking death threats to Naughty Dog because of what they did in the beginning of the game. And I'm for the people listening, I'm not gonna spoil it.
Yeah.
If you're listening to this podcast and you're a gamer and you haven't played The Last of Us, do yourself a favor. Don't be like Smills.
Yeah.
Don't be like Smills. Get you a
Don't do that.
PlayStation and go play them games. Yeah. But yeah, not too many games can do what Last of Us 2 did.
Yeah, yo.
It's so, but yeah, that's all I got for video game news, guys. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we got season 4 of Ozark coming out too.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah. Smills, you got
Can't wait for that.
you got Netflix. You should watch Ozark.
Oh, you haven't watched that, son? None?
No.
Like no seasons at all?
No, I need to
Oh,
watch. I gotta get on my Snowfall season 4.
Oh my goodness. See, Snowfall I haven't watched because I ain't got FX, but
What?
I heard it's bananas. I don't got FX, yo.
Oh my goodness!
I don't got
dog.
FX, but I heard
And
it's,
you need to
it's
watch
sick.
that from the first season. Like that's
Yeah, I
not
know, I
something
heard.
that you just jump into.
Yeah.
I've never watched Snowfall. What is this?
Wow.
Snowfall is crack, yo. I've heard nothing but
Yo,
excellent
binge
things about Snowfall.
Generico.
But I gotta get
binge
you. It's on
Snowfall.
FX though. It's
Okay.
not
You gonna
on.
like it?
It's not on. Is it on anything else besides FX though?
No, that's
See, that's
all
the
I know it to
thing.
be on.
That's the thing.
It says
If
right
I
here
had
it's
FX,
on
I'd watch
Hulu.
it. Oh, I don't even got Hulu.
But I don't think that's all of the seasons. I don't think Hulu have all of the seasons, does it?
Hold on, I'm gonna check right now.
Mm.
I'm gonna check and see right now. Because if it, then I'll watch it if it's on Hulu. But I got the YouTube TV and they got the FX on there too.
I'm
Yeah,
shocked.
do they
that
got
none of
on
y'all
demand
saw
though on the YouTube TV?
What happened?
They got on demand on YouTube TV?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nah, fuck. Don't sleep on the YouTube TV. And you know what? I could watch. Hold on. How many seasons of Snowfall is there?
They're on season. Well, they're up to season 4 now.
Yeah, they got everything on Hulu,
Nice.
so I could fuck with that. Okay. Nice. Never
Yeah,
knew.
that Ozark, man. That Ozark gonna be good shit, yo.
Because
Like
they was gonna cancel it, weren't they?
Yeah, it was on the chopping block. But it did so well at the fucking what was that? The what award show was that?
Sundance or some shit. One of them shit.
Official joint. I don't think it was the Academy. Maybe it's the Emmys. Yeah, it was the Emmys. They did so good on the Emmys that it revived it. But
Yeah,
I don't know
Ozark
how that
is
shit
crack.
was on the chopping block. That shit, yo, that last season was crazy.
Ozark gives me Breaking Bad vibes.
Yeah. Yeah.
It ain't Breaking Bad, but
Nah, but it's pretty damn good.
it's pretty fucking good. Yeah.
Like,
Breaking
yeah.
Bad might be the one, like best. That's what we need to do, yo. Here's what we're gonna do. Let an audience know what's going on in the back.
Keep
You know
y'all
what I mean? In
informed.
back scenes and shit. We're gonna do tournaments. All right. And we're going to do a 16 rapper tournament to crown the greatest rapper of all time, according to GGS, right? Now we're gonna take into account a couple things. Obviously, popularity, numbers, all of that shit, bars. We're going to have to take all of that into account here when we do that. But we also want to do a tournament for like TV shows. We could do a tournament for movies, best movie ever, all of that stuff. But the first one that we're gonna do, and we might could start it next week, guys, if you guys want to.
Yeah.
But we could start the tournament for the greatest rapper of all time.
That's a conversation.
That's a conversation that's gonna span a couple episodes.
That's a conversation. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think
All
maybe
right.
we should start that next week. That might be a good idea.
I'm with it.
All right. Well, gentlemen, you got anything else before we wrap it up?
Nah, man. It's another good
Been
week.
another one. Yeah.
Another one.
Your boy Khaled on the list.
For real.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for supporting us. We out here in France and the Czech Republic, apparently. So we got people listening all across the world.
Yeah.
Worldwide,
Let's do
baby.
it.
Titus worldwide.
We worldwide out here.
That's it.
All right,
Like,
y'all.
subscribe, spread the word. Y'all know how to
Spread the word for sure, man. And again, big ups to Buzz Sprout for helping us. Yeah, so that's gonna be it for this week. Episode 3 is in the books. We will be back same time Sunday, dropping episode 4. We'll probably have that tournament going. But yeah, man, any last words before we cut it, y'all?
Everybody have a good week. Stay safe. Keep making it do what it do. And make sure you tuned in. Same time, same channel. Come see us.
You all ready?
Yep. Stay safe out there. Just stay on point, people. There's too much stuff going on, and you could get caught.
Get
We'll
caught
just-
slipping real quick, man.
It's just
Crazy
too
out
easy.
here.
It's too easy.
But yeah, stay safe, stay happy, all the great stuff. We will be back next week. And of course, Rest in peace to DMX.
That's right. And yo, I didn't say it earlier when we were talking about it, but also R.I.P to Have D, yo.
Yeah,
Most
that
definitely.
was another legend.
Don't forget that.
Yeah,
And get well, Black Rob, if you can, man.
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah.
That Black Rob shit was crazy. All right, yo, we out of here. We'll check y'all next week. Have a good week, everyone.
Peace.
Perish.